D Champ, intellectually stimulating. How are you? I have a question for you. As far as the Negro manosphere is concerned, and as far as it being a man only space, and is it necessary for men to have the men only spaces so they can vent and they can talk about the issues that they have? And should the Negro manosphere and men have women content creators in their spaces? Okay. I think it is necessary for men to have their own spaces the exact same way it's necessary for women to have their own spaces. I think it's necessary for men to have spaces where we can discuss our issues without being judged by women. Because when women come into our spaces and they see our words, that is where the judgment begins. Now, let me get a really good sidebar in here. I see a lot of dating coaches, and all they do is talk negatively about women. I would, in the Negro manosphere, like to see men say positive things about women. I understand the truth. I do believe men need to hear the truth. Women's nature, hypergamy, they need to hear the truth. But I also think we need more positivity as far as women in the Negro manosphere. Now, I do think there is a lot of judgment on men, especially with the red pill knowledge coming out and all of the things about women that are now out, the cheating and all that other stuff that we've as men have all experienced, but we couldn't put a coin to it. We could not name it, encapsulate it, and package it and say, hey, this is what it is of sorts. And now that that's been done, there are a lot of men who are understanding that they've been lied to all of their lives. Your mother, your sister, your grandmother, your aunts, all those women in the church that gave you all of that good advice lied to you all of your life. See, my father was a Church of God in Christ preacher in Atlanta, Georgia. Hell, fire, and brimstone. People used to answer the phone, praise the Lord. Yeah, yeah. Holiness church. Speaking in tongues, shout, passing out. Being had the white sheet put over you, all of that. Church was very exciting. You know, I was youth, YPWW, all that. I understand. All those women lied to you. Teachers, everybody lied to you. Society is catered to women. Women don't have to do anything. Tell me I'm not telling the truth. But men are judged. Men have to have standards. Men have to be go getters. So I think it's necessary for there to be a Negro manosphere, and I do think it's necessary for it to be a man space because I do think it's necessary for men to talk about their issues. Many women are very judgmental, but now that the men are getting together and we're talking about our issues, we're seeing that a lot of us have gone through the exact same thing. It's not that we're not telling the truth because we are. It's just that it's coming to light. And let's be honest, They do not GAF. So, I think the Nergromanosphere is necessary. So what? Men don't always agree. That's a facet of life. You're not going to 100% agree with what someone says. However, I do think the differences of opinion is important because we are unique. Each and every single man has their own thought processes. So be able to listen to someone's thought processes. Be able to listen and understand someone's point and the point they're making. Okay? But let's listen to each other. But yes, I do think there should be a Nergromanosphere. I do think it should be a place where men can come and discuss issues without judgment because women's spaces say the same thing. Women's spaces even say things like this: no slut shaming, no hoe shaming, no slut bashing. That's another video, but psychology says that if you recognize something, if you have to say, don't say this, you recognize that it does exist. Women don't apologize for who they are. Men, are you listening? I love women. And let me make a statement that you can refute all you want to. But this is one of the truisms of life. Nobody wants to be alone, man. Nobody wants to be alone. Everybody wants that special person to call. That's not man or woman, that's human. It is encoded into our DNA. Everybody wants somebody special. I don't care, man. You can say red pill, blue pill, black pill. You can line pills up as long as the color spectrum if you want to. That's true. So you can say MGTOW, you can say SYSBM, you can say whatever you want to say. That's true. That goes for men and women. Just because someone's been hurt don't mean they want to be alone. Just because someone may be emotionally going through something right now, they don't want to be alone. They want somebody to talk to, hug, hold, caress. Mm-hmm. The Negro Manosphere is necessary, and there are so many dating coaches who are teaching men game, and I think that's great because dating is a game. And you got to know what you're doing. The dating coach is the teaching man. Go to the gym, work on your body, work on your mind, work on your purpose, work on yourselves, look inside. I think that's amazing. Teaching men to deal with everything they have to deal with. Understand what's going on. This is how you play the game because it's a game. It is. I think the Negro Manosphere is necessary. Very necessary. And I also think there's a lot of judgment from women And I also think there's an amazing amount of double standards. There's a lot I can talk about when it comes to that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still building my basics series. There are basics that you must have. Ladies want a husband to be husband materials. Ladies, you have to be wife material. Men are supposed to love, women are supposed to respect. It's a balancing act. Many of you need to find balance. You need to watch your mouth. You need to watch your attitude. And I'm going to tell you something that a lot of men should have told you a long time ago. You must have lost your mind. Watch your mouth, watch your attitude, and watch your actions. Because a lot of y'all are single because you are not right. But you 30, 40, 50 years old still thinking you hot because of social media. If social media and all of the attention was removed right now, what would a lot of y'all do? A lot of y'all women would go crazy. The Nergromanosphere is very necessary, extremely. There's a lot of things we as men need to work out. There are a lot of men who are talking about their issues for the first time. Years they've been silent. We will speak without your judgment. Now, do I believe that women should be in the Negro manosphere? Uh, those women, some women, yes. There are many women who come on male the shows and the different lives that different men do, and the women give us a certain perspective. Women give us a certain feedback. So many of the dating coaches and content creators on YouTube make content specifically about women. So yes, I do think women should be in the space.